Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Ready to do the honors. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Nicole Hardman now on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. He's at the 30. And he is gone. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
We go tonight.
Goff taking it right to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Looking to his back to start this one. So back to the huddle now for 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
He'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
Super 1. We go tonight. 12, 180.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jameer Gibbs. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right along the line, so no gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Third and long for him here. He lobs this up, left sideline, looking for something big. That's grabbed inside the 30. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
We go, 76! 76! Hey, 5!
On 1st down, it's gone. Brought in close to the 8. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Horrible!
From the red zone on 1st. Intercepted in the end zone! Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
You know exactly what I don't like there, Kate. It's only 1st and goal. You got a couple more plays in your pocket to get in the end zone. Instead, you put the ball in harm's way on your very first crack, and now, well, that defense has an opportunity to bail themselves out exactly what they just did.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
What is that?
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
41-yard line.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
What is that?
On play action, here's Williams. On him quick, and they bring him down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
What is that?
Third down, here's Williams. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Really, I'm flipping through, Brock. That certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play, and that will give them some serious momentum along with a 1st down.
Go.
And put a receiver in motion left. On first down. It's Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Hardman with a return. Good work so far. He's got room. Reaches the 30. And he is gone. Touchdown. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Cut. Black 20. Cut.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Now he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Lobs this one deep down the left sideline. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense, or a sigh of relief for the defense. You got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Goff on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
It's fielded at the 14. And a nice return out of it. They have it a little further up past their own 30. First down now, ball at the 33. Here's Swift to start the drive. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Williams from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The Tennessee rookie picks it off. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively, because you also know you can set the table for more.
They kick the running back in motion. Goff on 1st and 10. That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here we go.
Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd and 10. Goff. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's an early lead for the Bears. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Gibbs now from the gun. And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up 2nd down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now you 3.
Looking to throw. Goff. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Black 20, Super 1.
They'll send him over right. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The kick by Folk is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They're the kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Hardman with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. He finds a Dunze downfield. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down Bears. Well, that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Working from the gun, Williams. Completed over the middle. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They are on the counter with Swift. And his progress is stopped, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. It's a design boot. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
That looked like they were trying to bootleg out of some of this chaos, Kate, and unfortunately, well, he gets trapped right in the middle 3rd, and you can't get to that space outside. You really do become a sitting duck in the middle of a broken play.
Finds him on the crossing route. The stop was made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. Gain of 26 yards there. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Throws caught. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
First and goal, Swift. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Just everybody in the huddle on the sidelines. Sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. The Bears on top here at Soldier Field. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for second and goal. Pressure comes, Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
That is caught. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. This return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That was Montez Sweat who took him down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. So the false start backs him up 5. Here comes second and long.
Super one.
From the gun, Goff. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
First down throw by Williams. That's going to be incomplete. First time he's looked his best way this game, but no results yet.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. Williams. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Drops it underneath, Swift. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Williams throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
180.
Man in motion here. First down throw from Goff. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Go, John. Hey, Cal. 180. Hey, kill.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Downfield is fine, St. Brown. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down, Detroit.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
20.
There's Goff on 1st and 10. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that is good for a Detroit first down. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running.
A gain of 21 yards.
Value free.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Throwing is gone. This one's caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
180.
Off to the air now. He puts some air under it deep down the left. Brought in inside the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point
Islam, man in motion. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Valus Jones now on the return. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
What is up?
Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
To throw is Williams. Escapes the pocket. And Williams is going to get them the 1st down with a slide at the end of it.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st and 10 now from the 46. One play action. Williams. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. 3 yards almost gets him back to even, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 now.
A gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 11.
They'll throw 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Goff back to throw. Screen here for Gibbs. And he's brought down at the line.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And St. Brown working the sideline, complete. And they're going to force him out. It looks like just about a step or two before he can get to that 20. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Underneath, it's Gibbs. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Oh no, they get him yet again! Tyreek Stevenson has it! And the Bears take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it, that's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Straight ahead they go with Jones. Dropped for the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary. He just made him pay.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Throwing from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And that's gonna be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
So So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. Going deep here for the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions. That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
So even after the near turnover, Brock, offense still getting the call here. It's fourth down. This is brought in by Laporta. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. First down now, ball at the 33.
We go tonight. Like 20.
The handoff here for Gibbs on his own read. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Offense to the line fast.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Goff. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Working inside the red zone. And there's another one to Williams. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions making a 4-point game here in the fourth. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the pass is the right call on the 2-point try, but we've got laundry on the field, so let's listen. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. All right, so they're sticking with a 2-point try, Brock. Now from the 7.
180. Maverick. Hold on. Section.
Goff's gonna throw for it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Tyree Stevenson has it. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. So even backed up 5 yards, they still chance it with a 2-point try, partner. Unsuccessful on the attempt, though.
Yeah, lots of thoughts bouncing around this big noggin of mine. Do they not trust their kicker in that situation? I'll tell you, sure, they've got a chance at converting from the 7, but it's not a great one. It makes me wonder, did they like their odds better going for it, or did they just feel they needed those 2 points right there?
Hardman with a return. He's out of bounds, up across the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. I'll start with a give to Jones. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. 1st down, Williams. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends, a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. On the move, past the 40. He has room past the 25. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run here with Jones. Through the middle. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears now lead by 10. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's gone. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
10 yards to go.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
And the Lions, 1st down. A gain of 11 on the
Goff on 1st and 10.
1st down in Detroit.
Downfield, and Tislam has it. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that is good for a Detroit 1st down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. First down from the 42.
180!
Throwing again, it's Goff. This one to Williams out left side. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout.
Brings up 2nd and
Hey, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. He brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Working quickly here.
That's good. For our Lions.
Motion the slot man right. Goff back to throw. Thinking touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
Okay, how many times have we sat in meetings and heard from offensive coordinators, get down to this area, we got to be able to run it. We got to be able to run it. We get time coverage. So you know what you should do? Run it.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Just long, man in motion. Goff tosses that quickly out wide. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions now within 1 score in the 4th. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. On the return, here's Jones. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Pressure comes, Williams. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They gain 11 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
Move the chain! Gotta move the chain! More momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
We've set it downs from 37. Toss play, Swift. Continuing to move past the 45. Still going inside the 35. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here comes Williams on the return. Ooh, poor effort there. He only gets it to the 15 before he's taken down. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Go. 120. Hold on. Check.
Now gone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
180. Super one.
Out of the shotgun. Gone. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Lions first down.
Four down.
A gain of 12. And the Lions.
There's Goff on 1st and 10. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Again, Goff. He's trying to go deep again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Ric Flair.
Goff on 3rd. He's going to try another deep one here.